Sensei Jess here with Sensei Tyler. Today we're going to be going over our movement and our blocks, but learning how to continue our movement with our blocks and increase our reaction as well. Now, it's going to be starting off pretty simple. So the first section that we're going to work on is going to start, he's going to be in a fighting stance as if he was to punch in, and we're going to go two different ways on this. For my beginners, we're going to go into our horse stance, and we're going to be working our hinging, but we're going to be half mooning into our hinge. And by that, he's not going to punch in yet, but first I'm going to half moon into my hinge. Okay, that's going to be for my beginners. And I'll half moon right back into my horse stance. Now for my intermediate to advanced, I want to see that you're to the point now where you're just sliding back into that horse stance, making sure you're still staying on the same line, all right? And then you just reset right back into that horse stance. So I want you to work a few reps doing both directions for my beginners and for my advanced. Now, after that, then your partner is going to punch in, okay? Nice and slow. I don't want you to just rush into them. Nice and slow so that you can do the reps with a partner as well if you have one, all right? So first I'm going to do it the beginner way, and I'm just going to go through it with the half moon, all right? So I'm just going to half moon as he punches in, half moon into my hinge, okay? And then we're going to, together, half moon back, and I'm going to half moon back into my horse stance, all right? That's going to be for my beginners. Now for my advanced, he's going to half moon forward and punch, and I'm going to swing into my hinge, the more advanced way. And then as he half moons back, I'm going to swing right back into my horse stance. All right? So that's going to be that one for this section. Now I'll see you in the next section, and we'll go over the next part. Guys, so we went over the hinging, all right? That's the first basic step that we're going to be working on. Now we're going to add on to it, all right? So a lot of you will actually recognize this, because all we're going to do right now is we're just going to add the block into it. But I'm sure you can guess the block is going to be our inward block, all right? This is also one of our Kempos, so it's a very familiar movement. But like for my little kids, I like to say hinge like a door, block number 4. And you'll get what I mean in a second. So I'm going to go back in that horse stance, and first I'm going to do the beginner way. So I'm going to, as he punches in, I'm going to half moon into my hinge and execute my inward block, all right? Now I'm going to half moon back into my hinge as he goes back to his fighting position, all right? Now from here, now I'm going to do the more advanced version. I'm going to swing back as I execute the block in more of a simultaneous way, meaning my foot is going to hinge as my block is already coming out. So as he punches in, I'm going to go back at the same time. See how my foot and my block were out there at the exact same time? As an advanced student, you should be at that point. If you're not yet, it just means you need more reps, all right? So reset. So you're going to do some reps of that. So right now, one more time, I'm going to go through the beginner. I'm going to half moon back into my hinge, block, all right? Then I'm going to half moon right back into my horse stance. For my advanced, one more time, I'm going to swing and block at the same time. And then I'm going to reset just like this. And I'll see you in the next section. In this section, we went over the hinging, but we also added our block into it. Now we're going to follow through our block and actually continue the motion and have our next block available for the next strike that's going to come towards us. So that is going to be testing your reaction a little bit. The first few ones, we're going to go nice and slow so you can see what the movement is. But then later on, as your partner kind of speeds up, you might not know what's coming at you, so you need to be quick in the transition and also have that arm ready to block as soon as you can during that movement. Now, that's going to help your reaction in a real life scenario, all right? So we're going to go nice and slow, and I'm going to walk you through this movement really slow, and then we'll add the blocks into it. So I'm going to go back into my horse stance, all right? And I will go into the half mooning back as the more basic version of it. My advanced students, you know what I want to see for you guys. So as he punches in, I'm going to hinge back, block, right? Now, my block is facing this way, which means I'm going to continue the direction this way. So as he starts punching in, all that's going to move is this leg because it's on the same side that my arm is blocking with, all right? This leg is going to move. This one is glued to the floor right now. I'm going to now just keep the motion going right into a half moon stance, okay? Now, if he was to continue punching forward, I can then execute that block and already be ready for that strike that's coming at me, all right? But don't worry about the block just yet. I just want to get the footwork down for this one, all right? So again, I'm going to half move back into my hinge, block, all right? Make sure you're out of the way of that strike. Make sure you're on this side of him. You're not here. You're all the way on the outside, okay? First step is done. Now I'm gonna continue my footwork and I'm gonna move all the way around and continue this motion with my left leg. Ready? Now go. Now I already have this available here. Again, all right? So reset. Now we'll go a little bit faster so you can see it in a more fluid motion. All right? Go. 1, 2. All right? See how my arm was already there and ready to protect myself? That hook punch would have came at me and it would have hit me if I didn't already have that arm coming up for that block. So you have to be nice and fast on that timing. All right? As you start to go into this a little bit deeper, there are more strikes that you can add. There's more blocks that you can utilize, and kicks could even come at you. So you have to prepare for the worst. So you have to be quickly moving through that footwork, plus you also have to have those arms available, and you have to be aware of everything around you to be able to understand, is he too far away from me? There's no way he could do a kick right now. He's too far. But he half moons forward. Now he could kick me because look at it. Now he's in range. So I have to be aware of all of those things, all right? So in the next section, now this is gonna be the last section today. It's gonna be a continuous motion with Tyler. So me and Cynthia Tyler are gonna go back and forth. So we're both gonna be doing this blocking drill and this footwork drill, but I want you to watch how it's a continuous motion. We're working together and we're trying not to stop the fluidity of it, all right? So watch. Next week, look forward to the next video. That's going to touch a little bit deeper onto this, and I'll see you next time. You're going to write a letter. You're going to go old school, not on the iPad, not on the cell phone, not a text message to mom or dad. You're going to write a letter to mom, dad, grandma, or grandpa. One of those 4, because all of those people right now are helping you every day with your schoolwork, your new way of learning in school, your new way of learning in karate, and they're making sure that you have everything that you need in this really hard time that we're all experiencing. So I want you to write them a thank you letter. Express to them how grateful for them you are right now. Make sure you give lots of thanks, and I want you to put as much detail, color it, pictures, I don't care. Show mom or dad, show grandma and grandpa that you love them and that you appreciate all that they're doing for you. That's your goal. Go.